Hey guys, how we doing? There we are. So we got Micah, Dagger, and Dagger and Micah. 5 people on today so far. Hey guys, good to see you. I'm excited about today because we are going to try to get this sound to work today. So that's going to be really exciting. I just realized I need to grab the speakers. Hold on, give me 1 second. I gotta find some parts here. Nope, not that one. Where did they go? I forgot to get out the speakers that we're going to solder on. We could solder them on like last. But what's the fun in that? What did I do with them? Okay, well, what we'll do is we will solder them on last. But see, in order to test are things working, we want to get these right. Give me a second. Give me a second. Hold on. I'm going to put on the thing. Where's the thing? Not this one. This one. Please stand by. Okay, hold on. Alright, well, I couldn't find the speakers, but I've salvaged one off of our previous project. So I'm going to have to find those speakers, but at least we got one to test today. So what we're going to do is we're going to solder this speaker down. And we are going to solder down all of the button. We're going to solder the ground down. And then we're gonna make sure we're gonna test. We're gonna have our first live test of our. Here it is. Okay. This is it. On one side we got the buttons. On the other side we have the Arduino. We're gonna test that out. Okay. So Turner says I coding game right now. Oh, good. Yeah, code that game. I saw your message on my Google Classroom that you are trying to work out the bugs, you know? Don't feel like you have to, your game has to be perfect before you share it. Like when I code a game, it's right here on the stream and pretty much everyone can see all the mistakes that I make, you know? And I make mistakes while I code, it's true. Okay. All right, let's see. We're going to, let's get going today. So let me switch over my cameras here. Now, in case you're wondering, right down there is the code that we're going to use. And I'm going to refer to that today because we are going to have close that. I'm going to need to know what inputs I put things on. For example, I'm going to need to know right now, where is the, oh, this is a video, build your own video game controller. That's not the one we want. We want open, we want the digital piano. Open recent piano. This must be it. Okay. Here we go. So pulls a button high. Teach me a song is 13. Here it is. 10. 10 is the buzzer. Okay. Let's get going. Let me show you some things. So each button, let me get a button, just a random button. Pull one off of the board here. All right, here. Here's some practice buttons I soldered down. Okay. Each button, like this guy right here, needs to have both the ground wire and the pin. What does that mean? So the Arduino has all these different connectors, right? So we've programmed, like say number 7, that's a button. So this 7 pin right here needs to go to the button, and one of the grounds needs to go to the button. Every button needs both of those, the ground and the pin. So here we have soldered down all of our buttons, right? So we have connected all of the grounds to this long strip on the bottom. Okay? Now we need to connect that ground to that strip, so that way all of the buttons become grounded all at once. Okay? So how do we do that? We got a spot right there on the bottom strip that is almost directly over the ground. So we're going to use that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take here, this is my handy box of wires, okay? And what I'm going to do is we're going to measure out here. Where's my ruler? Let me get my ruler. Cap, will you just look at the chat, please? I am looking at the chat. Good afternoon, Micah. I'm coding a game right now. Smash that like button. Okay. So we're just going to kind of measure out ballpark here the distance from this ground row to the ground. Okay. Let's go this way. This is just going to be ballpark. We're looking at like 4 to 35 centimeters. Okay? So now I'm going to take my wire kit and grab the black here. I'm going to measure out 35 centimeters. 40. Let's do 35 because it's going to come out of the box a little bit longer. Okay. So this looks like a fairly good cut. Let's give it a snip here. Okay, so we got a wire. We're going to be doing this a lot today. Now what we want to do is we want to strip off some of this PVC. So that way we can get to the exposed wire. So I'm just going to put it right into my wire stripper. Not too long. And we're just going to pull it right off. See? There we go. Just like that. We'll do the same on the other side too. I hear my dogs barking in the background. Okay. Put that away for the garbage later. Okay. So this is the wire we got going on here. Perfect. We're going to solder it onto the back. I use black for all of my solders. So what I do for all of my I use black wire for all my grounds. So we find the little label that says ground, which is right here. Okay. And we flip it over, and we want to solder it in the same side here. So now I'm seeing that we have an issue, which is the Arduino is blocking my ability to solder because it's like I can't solder on that side. So, and it sticks out. It's possible I might be able to get some solder deep down into there. Let me see. So, it's this one right here. Okay, so it's right there, wiggling around. So if I can stick this right there, now can I get some solder way under there? Maybe I can. The answer is maybe. I'm gonna have to figure this out because I'm gonna have to do this for all of them. So I hope I can. I'm gonna need to get my helping hands tool. Okay. So here's my helping hands tool. It helps keep things kind of in place so I can do solder. I'm gonna have to this is gonna be quite the solder. So let me see here. Get this out of the way. Hold on. I find that so much of soldering is simply just like figuring out how to hold things in the correct position so you can get at it, you know? It's like if you're working on a truck or something like that, right? You have to like put the truck up on a lift, you know? Alright, I'm going to just use a little bit of tape here to tape down the wire so it stays in position. Alright, now, so inside that crevice is where we need to do the solder. I see the wire. Okay, Cap, will you just look at the chat, please? Look further down. Fine, you'll email me. Okay, good. So the thing about the chat, Micah, I'm guessing, without even looking at my master chat over there, that what you're doing is you're asking me about your YouTube channel. So YouTube automatically blocks talk about other YouTube channels. I mean, I can't even like see what you're talking about right now. And the reason they do that is so that, I mean, you know, you're cool, but, you know, imagine some other person, some business or something is trying to do something, and then a competitor comes in and says, no, use our products instead, right? So they just block all discussion. So words like my video, subscribe, things like that, those automatically get blocked out. So that's why I can't see what you're talking about. Yeah, looking at my master chat, I can see that there's all kinds of things that say held for review. So that's what's going on. Okay, we're going to get our solder. Now, we really want this to work because otherwise it's going to make my life pretty difficult. Pretty difficult. So I got my soldering iron on. Oh, I got to turn my fan on so I don't breathe in the toxic. Let me move my mic around. Hold on. Hopefully you could hear what I was saying. I didn't move my mic around. Okay. There we go. Can we still see? Okay. Let's try to get this solder to work. Okay. Man, hopefully that worked. Doesn't look like a super great connection down there. Doesn't look like, and I'm sorry if my head got in the way there. Kind of a, it's gonna be a difficult job. Well, one way we can test is, does the wire come out? Nope, it's soldered down. Yeah, I can see it come out through the other side. So that worked. Okay, let's connect it now to the board. And you know what? I soldered it on the wrong side. Can you even believe that? The wire was supposed to go down through there and then up on the other side. Well, that will make it easier to solder, but okay, remember I was just saying I make mistakes? That was a big time mistake. Hopefully we can just pull the solder out with this solder wick. That was a big time mistake, boys. All right, let me cut off this part of the solder wick. That goes into the toxic waste disposal. Well, that was a big mistake. Okay, let's try to get it out. I mean, I did all that measuring and totally messed up. Okay, I'm putting the solder wick on top of the solder that needs to be soldered, desoldered. And I'm going to take my soldering iron. There it goes. Okay, I think I got it. I think I got it. No. There we go. Got it out. Okay, so now this should be easier. This should be easier because we're just going to stick it on this side. So there's the ground. That's the hole that needs to go in. That side. There we go. Look how much easier this is going to be. This is going to be so much easier. Okay, where did my tape go? It blew away. Where did my tape go? It did blow away. I turned the fan on. Blew away. Yep, it's on the floor. Okay. So we're going to use the tape. This tape is no longer sticky, so let's just cut a little new piece off. This tape, I can barely remember what it's called. It's called like Kiner tape or something like that. It is like this heat resistant tape, so you can use it and it won't melt. And my scissors are over here. How's Chet doing? Hey guys. Okay. Yeah, so Micah, if you send me send it to me as an email, I'll take a look. Or, yeah. Okay. Some tape to hold it down. Now we flip that over, and there is the solder we need to do. So this will be much easier. I don't even need my helping hand. I can just get my solder iron, clean it off, grab some solder, and we're just going to solder this right down like we do every other tub. There we go. Okay, so we have soldered that wire down. Now we just flip it over and solder the wire down into the correct spot. Now, you see, I actually was like way far off. I cut way too much of this wire off. So what we're going to do is we are going to just cut some of it off and restrip it. So we don't need all that. We're just going to cut the end off. And we're going to restrip this part. Come on. Come on. Why don't you want to strip? What's going on here? There we go. Okay, so we got that wire. Perfect length now. And we're just gonna bend it. My bendy pliers. Here we go. It's gonna go into our ground strip right there. There we go. We don't even need to tape it down because it just kind of like lays flat. Okay, and I see that there is a little bit of extra wire from a previous job sticking out here. Where are we dealing with here? Right there. So we don't want to accidentally solder two wires together. So we're just gonna try to grab this guy and bend it away. That would make for a miserable project if we accidentally soldered these two things together. Cut that. Okay, looks like we got some space. Going to just move our other wire out of the way there. Okay, there we go. Ryer, are you going to make an intro screen for me? Yeah, intro screens. Definitely something that you have to start planning, you know? You start coding your game and then you're like, oh, I need an intro screen. It's like so much more work, you know? Okay, let's solder this ground down. Okay, did my best to make sure it didn't touch that other wire. Let me give it a close look here. Looks good. Looks good. Okay, so let's test to see how our wires are doing. I'm gonna get my old multimeter here. Almost called it a altimeter, and that's not what it is. All right. So if we hear the beeping, it means we've done a good job. So let's flip this over. So what we want to do is hold down on, touch one on the ground post here, and all right, we've grounded all of those. We've grounded all of those buttons. What time is it? Oh, it's almost time. Man, this project just takes so long. It's the time crisp bar. It's the time crisp bar. I'm not sure what you're saying there, Mr. Ryer. Okay. Let me snip off this little piece. Okay. So we got that soldered down. Let's snip off the end of this wire that came poking out. Okay. We can clean off all these later too. Okay, so we got the button down. Now what we need to do, we're going to get at least one button working today. We're going to do this. Okay, so pin 10 is right there. Now we need to decide, do we want the speaker to be above, like this side we're playing the piano and there's the speaker right there, or do we want it like hidden below? Either way, trust me, it's going to be plenty loud. Subtitles on a video said that. Hi, almost done. It'll be done tomorrow. Oh, good. Turner, what kind of game did you decide to make? I can't remember. We've had a number of polls. Okay, I think we are going to do speaker below. No, we'll do speaker on top. Let's do speaker. Do you want speaker on top? Let's do speaker on top. So let's see, we're gonna put positive right there. Okay, we'll do speaker on top. Like this. All right, so let's tape that down. There he goes, taped down, nice and good. Now we're gonna solder this on this side, okay? So the longer wire is gonna be positive. Perfect. Okay, let's flip it over. Okay, soldered down. You know what? I am not going to stop until this thing makes sound today. I'm making a volleyball game right now. Oh, awesome. Was the volleyball game demo that I had, was that useful, Dagger, or did you go on your own? If you used mine, I'd be honored, you know? That's why I did it. Okay, so we have soldered down that. Now what we need to do is we need to ground ground the button, ground the speaker. So short one needs to go to that long ground strip right there. So let's see. I wonder if this wire is just long enough. This pre-cut wire is almost perfectly lengthed, so we're just going to use that. Okay, so we can get rid of this tape now. And we're going to use this pre-cut wire, solder that in place. So let me... I'm making a new volleyball game. Your game inspired me. Oh, sweet. Yeah, that is like, you know, that is how coding works, you know? You just like see stuff and you're like, I just completed this game, this free fall game, where you basically play a guy who's parachuting. And you have to like catch parachutes and avoid birds and land on clouds to like slow your fall. And that was actually, I just made that for the Make Code Arcade. And that actually was a game that my friend made in college. Like, you know, 20 years ago, he made this game. And he, and I remade it for the Make Code. So that way he could, and then I put it on a Pi Gamer, and I'm sending it to him as a Christmas present, right? I'm sending it to him as a Christmas present with a game that he made. I remade it on a little game thing. And when I was talking to him about this, he told me that that game that I remade, it was originally a remake of a game he made, a remake of a game that a friend made in high school. So, just super cool all around. And then that friend, I know that friend also. He's a pretty cool guy. So, like, that turned into this whole conversation about programming and inspiring people to code. So, that was really a great story. I really liked that, you know. Okay, so what we need to do now is we need to connect this ground. I just realized that I soldered that strip into that strip. Great. All right, let's use this wire. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm quickly making another ground strip on the top side. This will probably be needed. Okay, this little pre-cut wire is too short. I have to cut our own. Doesn't need to be that long though. So anyways, it's really important to like inspire each other. Oh, Aiden has joined us. Hey, man. How you doing, Aiden? Aiden, we have all these people who are doing these like cool coding projects right now. Dagger was just telling me that he was doing a volleyball game. And I was telling the story about how it's good to be inspired by other people's programming, right? So, I was wondering, are you, Mr. Aiden, look at that, I made this wire way too short. Come on, Richard. Come on, Richard. Are you programming anything right now, Mr. Aiden? Do you have any secret games you're working on? Oh, and Sky's here too. What's everyone doing showing up at 1:30? What's going on? Did you have another class you had to watch? I've committed today to not stop until we have finished we have a sound. We want a sound to come out. That's the goal for today. Give We got a sound to come out. Okay, this wire should be long enough. I just got to bend it into position. Bend it into position. Get that down in there. Get this down into there. So, Mr. Aiden, are you working on any game right now? Hold on a second. Before I solder those in, I might need to just like connect the ground strips first and then bridge them. So ground is that hole. It is not that one, but the one over. So right there. So let me just like, it's gonna be a tiny, tiny. You know, I wish I had moved the solder board, the board just like one little bit over. Actually, you know what? The tiny wire I messed up with might be the perfect size. You know, it's like you do your best to like practice and make sure all this is in the right spot. That's VIN. That one's VIN, and this one is ground. Right there. Oh, so tiny. I'm trying to get like this tiny, tiny U-wire to go there. Okay, except I almost made the same mistake. I almost soldered it right into the wrong thing again. Okay, so I should be able to use either one of these. Is that right? Okay, but that one doesn't have one on that side, so it has to be that one. Oh my goodness, guys, I don't know if I can do this. I'm sorry, it's hard to see. But Cap, can you help me make a game? Because I do not know what to make. Okay, so right now my hands are literally full. But what I will say, Mr. Aiden, is you should go to mrincorvia.com, click on Scratch Examples, and pick one of those to get you started. That is literally what Dagger and I were just talking about, how Dagger picked the volleyball game, and he didn't even use the code. It just like inspired him to make his own volleyball game, which I thought was a super great idea. Okay, so what is going on here, guys? What? Am I just like losing my mind? Okay, so this is the ground right there. Right there. That one. This one. Yeah. And then that has to go in there. Okay. So that. Oh my God. I don't know if I can get it in there. Come on. Oh my God, guys. This is going to be a nightmare. Never hit the thumbs down. That's right. Never hit the thumbs down. Why would you ever hit the thumbs down? Does this video offend you in some way? Okay, I have an idea. Let's get the wire in first, then bend it. How about that? Can we do that? I'm sorry that this is so hard to see, but trust me, this is like the tiniest little space. Maybe if the wire, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to just strip the whole wire. So that way, there's not this like piece of PVC. Is it more dangerous? Yup. Is it going to be a problem? Not really, because it's only 5 volts. It's not going to start any fires or anything like that. Okay, let's hook this end a little bit. Come on. Okay, let me crimp the end down like that. And then use the other side. You know what would be a shame is that if I got it in there and then I just like fell out. Okay, there, I got it in. Oh, it fell out. Ah! I'm gurgling dish soap. What? What are you gurgling dish soap? First of all, what do you even, why? Why would you do that? Secondly, why? So first why, secondly why? Okay, so I got this kind of, yes. Okay, shh, nobody say anything. Nobody even move, nobody move. It's wobbling in the fan. That's how loose it is right now. Okay, I got it soldered. Oh. Okay, now let's flip it over and do the other one. Oh my goodness, guys, this is insane. You know, when I watch like these like really professional makers, right, on YouTube, these guys have like these like most intense maker labs you ever see in their basement. I watched one where a guy made a baseball bat that had like gun charges in it, so that when you hit the baseball, it would like shoot the baseball at like 500 miles an hour and hit a home run like super far. So when I see guys like that, you never see them doing what I'm doing, which is just like struggling to get a wire in a hole. And I'm not sure if that's because they cut all that out or they're just way better than I am at this stuff. It's probably both, you know? You definitely see them make mistakes. I mean, like that's part of the process. You see one guy, he like does it wrong 3 different ways, right? And then he gets it right. Oh, I did it. I did it, boys. I got it in there. I did it. Let's solder that down. Holy hera, that was... My eyes like hurt from like staring so hard at that. Okay, let's solder that down. Okay. So now, if we did it right, get out the whole multimeter. If we did it right, then our speaker is grounded. So let's touch this post and this post. Yes! The sound of success. Cap, it doesn't say you posted a build your own snowman on Monday. It doesn't say you posted the build your own snowman on Monday. What does that mean? You mean I forgot to put it in the Google Classroom? Is that what you mean? That might have happened. I might have done that by mistake. Forgotten to post it. Okay, now what we need to do is connect the live wire to 10. So where's 10? 10 is over here. Let's get out some wire. We'll just do we'll do red for this guy. Okay. So, first let's stick this in 10. Where is 10? Right in there. Okay. There's 10. Solder that guy down. You know, there's this little plastic part that's on my soldering iron holder that I touch every single time I drag it out by accident. And I'm just assuming that one day it's going to just be totally metal. Okay. So, got that done. There's that wire. And this guy is going to go all the way up to here. Are you kidding me? That is the longest. This wire is not long enough. I made this really long wire. I'm like, this will be long enough. But guess what? It's not long enough. Ugh! Yeesh. Measure twice. Cut once, right? Solder wick to the rescue. So I beat Subnautica last night. I was up till like 1 o'clock in the morning, which is not something I'm proud to admit, but it did happen. It was amazing. What a great game. I haven't had that much fun playing a video game in quite some time. Subnautica. Check it out. All right. All right, got that out. Okay, clean that out. So this wire was too short. This wire was too short. Where'd the wire go? Threw it all the way over there. Look at this wire. That was too short. Isn't that nuts? I'm gonna make one twice as long. Better to have too much than not enough. Apparently, because you waste this much wire. Okay. Try this again. Number 10. Go in your hole. Yeah, I friended you, and I can see the game you're playing. You're always playing that game. I don't think you did. Maybe. Yeah, I've definitely been playing that game quite a bit. There we go. Gotcha. Tape you down. Ooh, my heat is on right now. It is super hot in here. No, Ryer, I'm pretty sure I did not friend him. I don't think I have any school friends. And Mike, if I did, I'm going to fix that. Okay. Tiny, tiny little guy. Let's get you soldered into place. Xbox app, I swear. Oh yeah, well, Xbox app, sure. But it is not on my Steam. Okay. That is soldered into place. Now, let us get this guy all the way up there. This time the wire is long enough for sure. Okay, so this is going to go into the same strip as the positive. There we go, nice long wire this time. And all we got to do is tape this guy down. And give it a solder right there. Okay, there it is. Okay. Let's test it. You know, I just realized I was like, oh, we're so close, but I still have to solder at least one button down. Ugh. You guys are getting all this free content. You know, I could easily have like made this into 3 shows. Okay, so we got 10 and 10. That's the sound of success, ladies and gentlemen. So where's like, oh, Sky's here. Hello, Sky, says Siren Head. Good contribution there. We have no Maya today. Okay, so that is done. Now let's just do like our lowest button, which is this button. What is the lowest note? C is pin 2. So if we, theoretically guys, if we just solder down pin 2, we will have a note. So where's 2? 2 is way over there. Oh my goodness. I realized that I should have, I don't know, either way, it's going to be backwards. But we're going to need another really long wire. So let's get out the long wire. Okay. Or maybe this bad wire we used will work before we... Let's see. Pin 2 is this one right there. Wow, guys, I one-shotted that. And then our button is... Nope, still too short. Okay, glad I cut this extra long wire. I'm back! Oh, Kaylin, you're back! I was just saying, like, where is everyone else? We're missing Maya and Kaylin. And there you are. Where are you back from? Were you here earlier and I just didn't notice, like a very bad teacher? Or were you at another class, or were you late, or were you having lunch, or were you walking your dog? Where are you back from, Kaylin? Mike is here. You went to swing. Swing as in swing dancing, or swing as in swinging on the playground? Because both of those are pretty rad. And you've joined us just in time because we are 2 solders away. 2 solders away from having sound, which sounds crazy. Where did my tape go? There it is. Okay. This is going to be the first of 2 solders to finish this project, ladies and gentlemen. And where did it go? Oh, it's going to be right there. Yeah? Yeah. Okay. There we go. 1. And now this has to go all the way over to this button. And this is ground. So that's its ground. It's got to go right into there. Oh my god, how am I going to do that? Okay, I'm going to have to do a same side solder, which is always not advisable. And I just totally stripped way too much of this off. Dang it. I'm going to have to desolder that. Okay, we're going to try to do a same side solder here. I definitely stripped too much off. So we're going to have to, here, let's wrap it in electric tape. Okay, so see, I stripped too much off there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just wrap it in electric tape. If I can find the start of this electric tape. I'm going to gurgle all my dish soap. What? On the swing set of your yard, you swing for an hour every day. That sounds amazing. I wish I had a swing set in my yard. I got a big tree. I could theoretically like put a like a tree swing. You know, that might be fun. we're gonna just wrap that up in electric tape, and hopefully it doesn't just melt when we touch it to some solder. I got a text from somebody. Yeah. Okay. Same side solder, boys. Here we go. Can do the hole. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to get my crimper and we're going to bend over that into the hole right there. And then we want to tape that down. Okay, this is it. Same side solder, not really a great, sometimes it makes for poor connections, but you know what? The way the button layout is, I can't get it from the other side. And I don't want to re-solder the ground on the other side of the button. So, same side solder. Okay, I think it worked because it actually like kind of merged with the other post there. So that probably makes it a stronger connection, in fact. I mean, not as good as doing like a through hole, but okay, so now we can test this. Let's do a test and then we will do the real test. Dagger says, "Sss." Cool. Lots of S sounds. Okay, so we want to do 2 and there we go. The sound of success. Okay, now all we gotta do is plug it in and give it a try. So I got myself this blue plug over here that I was looking for forever. Let's give it a go. Close that. Go over here. Okay, guys, I don't need my. Okay, let's first let me unplug my soldering iron. Turn off my fan. Move my microphone. Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay, and I can unplug this guy. This is it. This is the test we were all waiting for. I hope it works. You know, sometimes you spend all this time working on something. It should work. I feel very optimistic about this because we tested it with the multimeter multiple times. So we know the connection's there. So let's just plug this in. Boop-a-doop boop. Okay. Got my speaker. Okay. It didn't do anything. Okay, wait. So I don't know why. Sadness. Maybe it's because the code is not on here. In fact, I bet that's what it is because that is the original Arduino we used. So there's no code on here. Let's put some code on here. Hold on. I'm going to go back. Okay, so that camera is disconnected. So pay no attention to this over here. Actually, please stop. Ooh, nice pirate flag emoji. Pirate flag emojis are the best. Okay, so let's connect. This is a Arduino Uno. And it is on port 28 apparently. Whatever. And we are going to push this code over to the Arduino Uno. Uploading done. Okay, now let's give it a try. Our piano worked. You know what? I immediately regret putting it on the on the upside. This speaker is so loud. We have to like cover it or something. It's just so loud. Button 1 works. We still have to do, so this is a C. We have to do D, E, F, G, A, B, and then high C. And then we have to do all the lights, and then we have to program it to teach us a song. But, you know, iterations. So for you guys who are coding projects right now, you're coding games for us to see, and you're like, it's not ready yet. It's not ready yet. Don't worry about if it's ready. Look, I just spent an hour and 10 minutes making one button work. Okay? It doesn't have to be finished. We all want to see what you're working on. So whatever, if you're working on a game, just post it to the Google Classroom, okay? Tomorrow is Fireside Chat, 1 o'clock Fireside Chat, and we're going to look at all the cool games that you guys have made. But you got to put them in the Fireside Chat, okay? So work on them today, and wherever you are, put it there. And you know what? If it's not done, good, because then I can help you out. I can take a look at it, make some suggestions, send you some code, you know? Micah did that once, and his game turned out really well, right? So it's on my website now. In fact, it turned out so well. So get your work in, and I hope you can see how much time and effort it takes to build something original and cool. If you're coding a new original game that you're making, it's going to take a long time, right? Just spend an hour and 10 minutes making a button. Kaylin made something. Put it on the Google Classroom, okay? All right, guys. This has been Captain Richard. I had a lot of fun working with you today. I'm glad that it ended up working. I will see you later. Tomorrow, 1 o'clock. Tomorrow, 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock. Fireside Chat, 1 o'clock tomorrow. Bye-bye, guys.